What's going on, YouTube? This is Aaron Trevina here, back in the beautiful state of Texas, and we are down in Houston, and today we are joined in person. I know most of our episodes are done virtually, looking to bring a new component to our channel here, so we have Haitham here in Houston, Texas. How are you doing today, Haitham?
Thank you for having me, Aaron. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we connected a while back, and it's interesting. Houston is just such a robust market.
Yeah.
It's obviously a large city. A lot's going on here. A lot for new construction and just different sorts of real estate. So honored to have you on the show today.
Oh, definitely a pleasure. Share some good content on some of the changes in insurances today. So.
Absolutely, and I know that you're a man who wears many hats. I know you guys have a lot of the insurance going on, a bit of the construction, and you guys do a lot of different things. For those of us who aren't too familiar with you, would you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, definitely. Got started in insurance about 15 years ago. Started off as a nationwide agent. We went independent right after Hurricane Ike. We also founded Rise Construction right after the hurricane. So, really coming from a perspective that understands insurance, that understands construction, that understands claims better than anyone in the business. We're more of a boutique style insurance agency where we cater to more real estate investors, more construction and hospitality, as opposed to other generalists who do a little bit of everything. So, definitely as an investor, when my clients come to me, they're getting a perspective and understanding the pain points that I deal with as a consumer for insurance. So it opens up a lot more doors for us, and it really helps us relate to the clients.
Absolutely, and I'm just curious, why do you think that it's important to have that really niche, specialized approach, right? You guys aren't a generalist. You guys kind of speak that construction insurance language.
It's something that we fell into, right? We got involved in a bunch of real estate networking groups. There was just a big need for insurance for investors, right? And then I'm watching all my clients come in and they're making tons of money through real estate. So, ultimately we learned real estate through my clients, which was just a great, kind of give and take that we were dealing with. It was something that we fell into years ago, and it's something that we stuck with. Obviously, with inflation and everything else, and the rising insurance cost, it's always good to find different creative ways to help our clients save money. So it's something that we stuck with, and I don't see us going anywhere from here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and curious, about your background as well, Haitham. What got you into this part of the business out of anything in real estate or construction related? Why do what you guys do?
Like I said, we basically do what we do because of our clients. We were doing insurance like tooth and nail, like everyone else, like all the other agents out there, and we're watching these investors continuously call us and show us all these deals and really how to make money, how to be bankable, how to do construction. So it opened up those doors, and we wanted to stay more niche related for investors, for contractors as well. It's just a space that we're most familiar with. Now, I'm not going to say I can't do oil and gas or I can't do trucking. Do I want to do it? No. So I stick with what I know, and I'm able to read policies. I'm able to read exclusions. I can tell you what you have, what you don't have coverage for, and really how to combat that, how to find creative ways to get the insurance company to give you a better rate. And that's all through understanding your business model, building a narrative behind your business model, whether it be through resumes or associations or achievements that you've done. And ultimately, the insurance company doesn't want to lose money, right? So if you can convince the insurance company that you're not going to file claims, we can convince them to give you a better rate.
Absolutely, and there's a lot to be said for that. And I'm curious as well. What is it? You guys obviously have a big presence here in Houston. You're well established in the market. What is it about working specifically, to that market, right? So if I'm in Houston, I want a Houston insurance broker. If I'm in Dallas, I want a guy in Dallas. Right. Do you think that's important to an extent, having a local guy, or does it not really matter? Or?
It doesn't. I mean, obviously, if you're in Houston, you would want somebody locally that understands the Houston market. But just the fact that we're growing vastly every year, with over 100,000 residents moving here monthly, construction is not going anywhere. When COVID was at its height, we didn't slow down at all. We didn't slow down from an insurance standpoint, and construction was busier than it's ever been. So we wanted to be in a demographic where we weren't going to be hit with these recession times, and Houston is it. But there is some merit to be with a local agent in a local area, but we're also specialists nationwide. I mean, we're licensed in about 44 states, so there's really no limitations to what we can or can't do for clients out of state.
Absolutely, and insurance. It's curious. Insurance is one of those things where you don't really think about it until you absolutely need it. So
Right.
it's obviously great to be with someone like yourself who's well versed on not only the insurance side but also the construction side.
Right.
If I'm a builder, I'm a developer myself. What should I? Are there any particular coverages or things that I should be asking my agent that I really need for my new builds, or how would someone go about making sure they're entirely covered to go into those new builds with a lot of confidence?
Absolutely. If you're a builder or a developer, you're going to need a series of insurance. Mainly general liability to protect you against any third-party injuries or lawsuits. Then to really identify whether or not you are a general contractor or a subcontractor. If you're hiring a bunch of subcontractors to complete these jobs, you're acting as a general contractor. So you need some form of general liability, maybe some form of workers' comp if these guys don't have any protection from the companies they work for, maybe an umbrella, and you'll certainly need a builder's risk policy for the property that's being developed, insurance for the property while under construction. I see a lot of investors dive headfirst into projects, not really understanding the logistics from the insurance standpoint of what they need. So if you are hiring subcontractors to do a project, remodel a house or build a development, you are acting as a general contractor. You need contractor's liability, amongst other things. So, definitely educate yourself. Definitely find a local agent with contractor experience, and that can guide you through that process.
Absolutely, and a lot of times, you're excited about your deal, whether it's a new build or flip or whatever it is, but no one wants to think about it. But at the end of the day, there are things that can go wrong.
Right.
And different investors, they have different nuances, right? So I've talked to guys who are very concerned about fire, right? Because maybe the property line right behind it, there's some farmers who are burning stuff, or whoever owns the property behind them is burning things. So it's interesting to kind of hear those different things in the insurance business that people are concerned about.
And that's really our job, is to identify these risks and how much it will cost to cover those risks, right? And then, also identifying what type of investor you are. Are you more of a poker player or more of a blackjack player? You like to gamble a little more, you want higher deductibles. If hey, you want the least amount of coverage as possible, you can tailor make these policies to really fit your needs. Be careful though, because you get what you pay for at the end of the day. So really identifying the rating factors, what are the biggest risks and how much that's going to cost to insure, and then renegotiating that with multiple carriers to find you the best possible rate.
Absolutely, and it's kind of a funny dance between that, right? Because to a point, you increase the deductibles, your premium goes down, but it also gets to the point to where if your deductibles are too high, you're basically self-insuring. So it's kind of
and I'm seeing a lot more of that today. Just from a property coverage standpoint, insurance companies are jacking up deductibles. I insure a ton of multifamily apartment complexes, and the standard, several years ago was 2-3% wind and hail. I'm seeing as high as 10% named storm deductibles. So if you're, we have another hurricane or tropical storm in the Gulf that's bound to hit, you are self-insuring. And right now with the rates as high as they are, with premiums doubling and tripling in some cases, customers are taking that, and really just educating yourself, understanding what the insurance is covering, what they're not covering, and what can we do to either buy that deductible down, or putting more money to the side just in case worst case scenario does hit. So it's a double-edged sword right now. I think the fact that insurance companies have changed the replacement cost minimum. I think back in the day it used to be $80 a square foot. We can insure a property for as low as $65 a foot. Right now the minimum is $100 a foot at replacement cost. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to be said for that. Great insight. And, I'm curious as well, you talked a bit about, mitigating risk, the way the insurance company is going to be looking at things, putting yourself in a good position to win. Could you talk a bit about the products that you guys offer, with your company? Because when you say commercial insurance,
Broad.
it's broad. It can mean anything. So,
Right.
could you talk a bit about, what your kind of bread and butter is and how you can help people?
So our specialty products, one that sticks out the most would be our REO, our real estate owned insurance package. And what this allows our clients to do is bundle all of their properties from ranging from small single family to mid-sized multifamily properties all onto one package, one insurance commercial package, which is great for time. It's great for convenience. It's one renewal date, one insurance bill. We have wind and hail coverage in coastal territories. You have $2 million in general liability per property listed on the schedule. You can add and remove online. So it's taking the time that it takes to shop each individual property that you buy and putting it all onto one package. And I think the biggest feature of this is that it insures the property while vacant, under construction, or occupied, right? So it covers all facets of the investment. And again, you're not losing money by having to start a policy, cancel it. I started a builder's risk, I canceled it. I got a vacant, I canceled it. I got an occupied policy. I've seen that a lot. So we really, found a creative way to help clients save a bunch of time to focus on deals and not so much on insurance and money in the process. By consolidating, you're able to show an insurance company, loss runs and show them that you have had or have not had any claims. And with that, we can negotiate your rate. So I think that the REO package is something that stands out. And then we have a variety of insurance policies for contractors, workers' comp, umbrellas. I mean, you name it, there's really no limitations to what we can and can't do.
Absolutely. And, it's such funny timing. I actually had someone asking me about that consolidation aspect of it. So, and even like you said, I think the big takeaway there is, making sure you have someone helping you do it right so you can focus on something that's not insurance, right?
Exactly. I have clients in the past where we had so many individual policies that they're calling me 10, 12, 15 times a year, and it's an administration nightmare. It's just hard for us to keep up with it. It's hard for them to keep up with it. So it forced us to be a little more creative for our clients. And focus more on deals and less about insurance. And let your brokers really get in the trenches and make sure that you're covered. And like you said, you only worry about insurance when you actually need it. And that's when the clients call, right? And what really sets us apart is the fact that we offer claims consulting. We use our extension of Rise Construction to really help our clients make sure that they maximize on the claim. Not by soliciting construction, because we don't do residential, but by providing our customers an estimate through Xactimate, which is the estimating software that the insurance companies use to help them get the most money out of their claim as possible. It's helped a ton of my clients. I've seen a client have a claim where they were going to pay him $500,000. We got him $2 million. So it's really, again, having the knowledge on the claim side, the construction side is really what sets us apart from most brokers out there.
Absolutely, and especially, down here in Houston, we have flood, we have, hurricane, wind, whatever it may be. So it's definitely important that you want to not only think about those things yourself, but have someone helping, in your corner to help you with that.
Absolutely. And I think, if you look at our website and some of the reviews that we've gotten over the years, this is one value-added service that really sets us apart from everyone else. And again, you only need insurance when you need it, and it's good to have someone on your side that understands the lingo in that process.
Absolutely. And, I'm curious about, your goals and for you as a company as well and as a businessman, what are you looking to do? Who are you looking to connect with out there that's maybe, on our channel, actively working in real estate, construction, developing, whatever it may be? Who are you looking to connect with?
For me, being the VP of marketing here, I really like to connect with anyone. My job is to really introduce who we are and what we do, and make sure that you get to the right place, whether it's with Benchmark or another agency. I like to be the liaison between all avenues. People call me to find attorneys, banks, contractors, you name it. Like we're the forefront of all. But for the most part, I'm targeting contractors, artisan contractors, from smaller guys to larger guys. Any real estate investors, from single family to multifamily, storage facilities, retail shopping centers, you name it. For commercial property, it's endless to what we do. Hospitality, restaurants, nightclubs, we do a little bit of that as well. Hotels, motels. I mean, again, anything real estate focused or contractor and hospitality focused is definitely our specialty.
Solid. Sounds great, Haitham. Maybe we're here in Houston, another part of Texas, another part of the country, or we just want to connect with you. Are there any other last parting words you could kind of give to us?
Last parting words. You put me on the spot.
Yeah. Or is there anything that you haven't said you'd really just like to hit home for the folks back home who are watching?
Yeah, I mean, if you are either a new investor or a contractor or both, and you would like a non-biased review of your current policies, feel free to give me a call. I'm really able to give you estimates over the phone, just to kind of give you a preliminary base estimate of what you should be paying for the amount of gross sales or the size of your property. We'll identify the rating factor, and I'll let you know what either A, you're paying a pretty decent price, or B, you have good coverage. And if there's a way that I can help, I'd be more than happy to do so. Feel free to give us a call or visit our website, and you can always call me directly.
Absolutely, Haitham. And you dropped a lot of wisdom there for us. Talking a bit about how you got into the business and kind of the importance of having someone who maybe they're doing insurance, also being able to kind of speak that construction language and truly understand what you're doing. So I think it was a great take, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Aaron, and I appreciate it, and look forward to doing future deals with you.
That's right, absolutely, y'all. Well, that was a heck of a lot of wisdom that we got dropped from Haitham. Thank you again for coming on, y'all, and we are signing off from beautiful Houston, Texas. We will talk to y'all later.